Let's practice letters M through S, starting with capital M. Tail, big line down, up, bump, big line down, up, bump, down, tail. Lowercase m, it's the same as upper, but just half the size. So we have a tail, little line down, up, bump, down, tail. Uppercase N, tail, big line down, up, bump, big line down, and tail. And lowercase n, keeping it below that dotted line, tail, little line down, up, bump, down, tail. Uppercase O, so starting at the top, it's a big circle around and then a loop tail. So since the tail is at the top here, that tells us we will pick up our pencil to write the rest of the word. Circle around, loop tail. Circle around, loop tail. Lowercase o. This one will connect to the next letter since the tail is down here below the dotted line. So starting at the top, it's little circle around, loop tail. Uppercase P. Tail, big line down, back up, and a big bump. Again, we will pick up our pencil to write the rest of the word since the tail ends up here. Tail, big line down, up, bump. Tail, big line down, up, bump. Lowercase p. So you don't see a tail here, but we are going to add it. So it's tail, big line down, back up, bump, tail. Uppercase Q. Starting at the top, circle around, then pick up your pencil and do a little squiggle. And this squiggle will go into the next letter. It will be connected. Circle around, squiggle. Lowercase q, starting at the dotted line, little bump up, then loop to the back tail. So it looks a lot like the G. Make sure that loop goes to the back. Bump up, loop to the back tail. uppercase R. This looks a lot like the P that we just did, but we're going to be adding a tail. So tail, big line down, up, bump, and a big tail. Lowercase r, starting at the baseline, little line up, diagonal, meaning it's slanted a little bit right here, little line down and tail. Up, diagonal, down, tail. Uppercase S, starting at the baseline, big line up, loop, big line down, bump, tail. And again, this tail will go through the uppercase S into the next letter. Big line up, loop, big line down, bump, tail. Lowercase s, starting at the baseline, little line up, bump, tail, little line up, bump, tail. Now you've completed letters M through S.